Welcome to this Marketing Short with Dr. Harvey. Today we are talking again about marketing strategy and specifically about creating valuable customers. Catherine Berchetti said, make a customer, not a sale. Why is it so important for us to develop valuable customers, not just increase transactions? Peter Drucker said, the purpose of business is to create and keep a customer. As we've talked about in other videos, it is less expensive for a firm to retain existing customers than it is to go out and find a new customer. So today we're going to look at 3 different types of customers. We're going to focus today on vulnerable customers, star customers, and free riders. Our lost customers are really those that are truly lost to us, and it's not worth our time and resources to go after those customers to try to move them into one of these other categories. So today we're just going to focus on those other 3. So let's start with the star customers. These are the customers that really value the company's products and services and offer a sufficient value to the company over time, and that allows for reinvestment to sustain and allow for reinvestment in the business. Our free riding customers value what the company offers, but are not loyal or willing to pay for it. And the vulnerable customers, we find them valuable, but those customers do not find value in what they're getting from the company. So our objective is to move vulnerable customers to star customers and shift free riders into star customers as well. Okay, our star customers are those that are more loyal to the company, who have that attitudinal loyalty, that attitudinal brand loyalty that we've talked about in previous videos that we'll link to this as well. Ultimately, our customer equity is the sum of the value of a firm's customers over time. We are trying to emphasize here the long-term view of a customer. Again, not just a single transaction, not just those transactional customers. Okay. So what we're really looking at and trying to get to here is this idea of the lifetime value of a customer. So as we consider moving customers into that star customer bucket, it's really important that we consider that those are brand loyal customers. We've talked about brand equity previously, and that brand loyalty helps us to build that customer equity, the long-term equity from customers. So prior to having those brand loyal customers, how do we get them there, right? So it's really critical that companies are able to identify valuable potential customers and move them through into their first purchase. This involves bringing the right quantity of high-quality customers into the process and keeping them there throughout the entire purchase process. So one common tool that is used by companies is called the purchase funnel. This helps us understand and improve on our activities to bring customers all the way through to their first purchase and then hopefully into being a brand loyal customer. So when we think about that purchase funnel, this tool allows us to sort our customers into different stages based on where they're at in the journey. Then we can monitor their progress and address them accordingly, communicate with them accordingly based on where they're at in the process. Okay. Ultimately, we're trying to push them towards that purchase and then into brand loyalty, creating that relationship with them. Now, what a purchase funnel looks like is going to depend on our customer journey. So we've previously talked about the customer journey and mapping that and looking at a customer journey map and how to do that and what that looks like and the different stages. So you can go back to our different resources on the customer journey map, go back to the previous video. But we need to have that created before we can think about the purchase funnel. So each stage of our funnel is going to directly correspond with our with a different stage or an action that the customer takes along their customer decision journey. Okay, this makes sure that we can are focused on the customer, and also make sure that we can manage customer progress throughout, because we are focusing on the actions that the customer takes. Now, as we move through, as we set up this funnel, the purchase funnel, we need to know the different journey stages, and then we need to determine what action the company is going to take for the customers that are at that stage in the journey. For example, the first stage is often awareness. And so at this point, maybe we have a list of customers from a similar company or that we've been able to purchase, and we send an email to them. Perhaps we move into the interest stage, often the next stage. And so the customer is already aware of the product, aware of the brand. And so at this point, maybe we send some messaging, whether that is targeted ads on Facebook, or that is an email or direct mail to customers who have already visited the website at least once, or have clicked on one of our ads previously, or otherwise we've been able to gather that information from them, that we know they're through the awareness stage and into the interest stage. Perhaps we are all the way down to the preference stage, and we're trying to move customers from the preference stage. We think they like our brand. We want to push them over into making that purchase. Have you ever gotten a message from an email from a company that says, hey, your cart called, it wants you to come back, right? That is saying with a company that says, hey, we know this person is interested because they took the step of putting the product into their cart, their virtual cart, but they didn't make the final purchase. So we want to remind them to go make that final purchase. Or perhaps you get an email that says, hey, something you viewed or something in your cart is now on sale. It may be that is a personalized email that is only going to people who have something in their cart in a certain category. Maybe it's not really on sale for everyone, but that is a personalized ad for someone that is in that stage or trying to push them to the final purchase stage. So at each of the different stages that we've identified, and we've identified what actions the customer is going to take, then we can have a response action that tries to help push them from whatever stage of the journey they're in into that next stage. So think about the different customer journeys that you've been on and how companies have either effectively helped push you through to the next stage or ineffectively done that. Okay? As you're thinking about working with clients, think about the customer journey that their customers are on and how you can help that company, help your client to figure out what type of messaging, where should that messaging be, how do we get that messaging, that communication to customers, what type is it, and where might they see it, and when might they see it, and all those details to help push their customers and help them move along through that customer journey all the way to hopefully brand loyalty and advocating for the brand. It's one thing to get customers all the way to the purchase, which is an accomplishment in and of itself, but then we want to also take that next step to help them become brand loyal customers and then even advocate for the brand in the future. So as we are thinking about our purchase funnel, we can more effectively assess the funnel using metrics, of course. All right, so we want to make sure our metrics are aligned with our company goals. So for example, if we're trying to increase awareness of the company, maybe your client is a relatively new business, and so your main goal is awareness. And so we want to measure maybe the quantity of prospects generated. Right? That might be a good metric to help determine the efficiency of our marketing campaign. How many people have come to the website and signed up for our email list to get more information. Next week might have a scoring system that measures the quality of a potential customer. Okay, so this type of system is going to use information that we have about different characteristics or demographics of a potential customer, plus their actions to help us figure out how likely are they to make a purchase? How likely are they to be able to be pushed through the rest of the journey? So it may be, how many times have they viewed our website? How many times have they clicked on our Instagram ad? How many times have they put something in their cart but not made the final purchase? And as we continue and are able to gather data and analyze that data, we can get better and better at figuring out how to get customers along those different stages and help score the customers in a better way. There's a pretty famous example of Target utilizing customer data to figure out how to bring customers in and help them become brand loyal customers. And one of the ways they figured out was that if customers are purchasing their products for their first baby at Target, then they're likely to become brand loyal customers if they're not already. And so Target was able to identify, I think it's a set of about 20 different characteristics or behaviors, 20 different data points that allow them to figure out if a female customer, is pregnant or not. And this was probably more than 7 years ago at this point. And at that time, they were about 85% accurate in knowing whether any given female customer was pregnant or not. And so they could, as they identified customers that they were pretty sure were pregnant, then they could push specific targeted ads to them, sometimes disguised within other ads, so it was really obvious that they already knew that the customer was pregnant. But they were able to be really, really strategic about targeting those customers because they knew by the specific characteristics and data points that they were pregnant, probably. And if that was the case, if they could get them to start buying those items during pregnancy, that they would continue being brand loyal customers for the duration of really their life, or at least the time that they were in a town with a Target. Right, so really building that customer equity. Then we can, so back to our funnel metrics, we can identify and resolve our bottlenecks. Right, so it may be that customers tend to get stuck at a certain stage. And how can we, one, figure out which stages those are, and then figure out how to identify what it is that's causing those bottlenecks. Right, those bottlenecks obviously are most likely leading to reduced revenues and are probably the result of, or maybe the result of, some kind of customer frustration. And finally, we need to determine how to report and communicate the status and the progress of the different customers through the purchase funnel. So looking at maybe the quantity and quality of leads at each stage of the funnel, and looking at that over a period of time so that we can assess how we're doing. Are we getting better? Ultimately, our funnel, instead of looking like a funnel, we want to look more like a rectangle. That everyone who comes, that more people who come into the awareness stage make it all the way to that purchase or brand loyalty stage, and expand and widen that narrow point and expand it out, and so that we're getting a higher and higher percentage of people all the way through the funnel. Okay. So finally, the last topic that we want to talk about, well, as we're thinking, before we get there, think about people, the clients that you might be working with, and what their purchase funnel might look like. How can you utilize their customer journey and the idea of a purchase funnel to help them attract more customers and get more customers all the way through to that advocacy stage, making more brand loyal customers. So let's think about customer lifetime value just briefly. What is customer lifetime value? We throw this concept around a lot, and it is something we can calculate when we have the data available. Customer lifetime value is the long-term value that a customer brings to the firm over the entire period a company and the customer interact. So it could be that that is a year, it could be that that is 3 years, it could be that that is 20 years or more. But understanding what that time period is, the value that they bring, and then calculating that to figure out what the actual amount is. So you can find the CLV calculation in your textbook and in a variety and online, but really we're just looking for the inputs that we need to put in there. Okay, so we need to figure out how much revenue we're bringing in per customer. We need to figure out what the retention rate is on average of a customer. We need to have a discount rate, and we need to understand what our acquisition costs are. And if we have all of those inputs, then we can figure out how much is a customer on average worth to the company. The goal of customer lifetime value, or why do we care about it, let's look at a couple of statistics. We know that a totally satisfied customer contributes about 2.5 times the amount of revenue compared to a somewhat satisfied customer. So this is an important statistic to understand. Most successful businesses have over 60 to 70% of their customers coming back every single month. Okay, so that's a goal for us as we're working with clients, making sure that we have that high retention rate month over month. Okay. And 75% of managers say that customer lifetime value is a really valuable indicator of brand loyalty, which makes sense, right? The more brand loyal customers we have, the higher the customer lifetime value we'll have is. And finally, probably the statistic that I think is most interesting for the conversations that we've been having in these videos is this last one. 64% of companies rate customer experience as the best tactic for improving customer lifetime value. So we've talked a lot about customer experience, about customer journeys, about touch points, and understanding what a consumer's experience is, and understanding how to improve that, and how to make it consistent over time, how to improve it over time, and understanding that that is one of the single most important factors in developing a strong customer lifetime value. So if you want to go back and re-listen to those videos or gather more resources about customer experience, right, that would be a really important way to help your clients as you're working with businesses in the community. When we're thinking about customer lifetime value, there are 3 main guidelines to consider. The first is that companies need to be willing to spend money to acquire and retain customers that have a higher customer lifetime value. So if we know that we have a high customer lifetime value and we are able to retain customers, right, and acquire those customers, we know that we may have to have those acquisition costs. Okay? And we can afford to make those investments if we know that we're going to get the return on them because we've done the research on customer lifetime value. Number 2, we know again and again, we say it's less expensive to retain a customer than it is to find a new customer. So we can have a larger impact on the value of a customer by increasing retention rather than focusing on the margin. Okay, so instead of focusing on how much a customer spends, we want to focus on bringing the customer back every time. Retention over margin. And finally, we can optimize our return on investment through analyzing our customer lifetime value. So if we focus on acquisition of higher value customers, invest in higher value customers that we're retaining, and focusing on retention, as opposed to our less valuable customers, we can improve that return on investment. Again, Steve Jobs said the purpose of business is to create and keep a customer, and I think he was right.